Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. All right. I do apologize for the delay. Hello, Angela M. Thank you for being here first. All right. Let's see. I'll take that away. And there we go. Um, a, s- a bit of controversy. Yeah, a bit of controversy about well, I'll show you. I won't get into it right now. But anyway, someone asked, and I decided to do some investigating. And there's the fruit of my labor right there. I was queried about what are we raising money for? And that's it right there. May 5th through July 5th, fundraiser event. What began as a global celebration grew into a worldwide philanthropic movement. From celebration to action, we continue to plant seeds of hope. So show up and do good. That is, of course, the Sussex community event. There are they're the ones that have done most of the fundraising that we've done. And to date, I believe it's been over $2 million worth of fundraising. So, um, for that, people in the Sussex Squad community should be very proud because, like, we're very different from the other fandom in that we actually support, in many ways, we support the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. We don't hate someone else for the sake of it and then pretend to be fans. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure that there's any hate at all, at least not on my part. I don't even know those people. So, but that doesn't stop me from making fun of them. That I would do probably in my sleep. Yeah, I would make fun of them in my sleep. Okay. Hello, Mary H. Let's see. Fancy Fancy. Carolita Simone. Maxine Lawrence. Heather Stroud. I got the message you sent me. Thank you very much for that. And thank you all for being such a good host to the Duke and Duchess, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, not the Duchess. But wow, what a great week it's been. It really has been a great, great week. Um, Such warmth and hospitality. I won't ever forget the sights of the Sussexes for their return trip to Australia 8 years later. 8 years later. Okay. So I will get links for this when the links are available, and then we'll take it from there. So just remember, make sure you set something to the side for the community fundraiser. I'm going to take a double check of that right now. But yeah, I don't think we have our links available just yet. Hmm. Nope. Okay. Okay, yeah. I'm going to take a double check here. So, Yeah, we do not have I'll give you the link when the link is ready. But so far, it just says to celebrate the birthdays of our young philanthropists, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, our community is soon launching its annual charitable campaign to support a cause that truly makes a difference. So, yeah, that is forthcoming. So just hang in there. And when the time is right, I will make sure that I give you the necessary information. Okay, that works out then. Very, very good. All right. By the way, does anybody recognize this background image that I used? Anybody recognize that background image? I'm just checking to see how sharp you guys are. Anybody recognize that background image? uh, I give you a hint. We haven't seen it for a while. It hasn't been available for a while. Anyone? I know it's going to take at least 1 minute for the delay. Let's see. Hello, Yolande. Welcome. Oh, yes, the white chocolate. The white chocolate. Thank you very much. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. You got it. You got it. That's it. That is the white chocolate bar with the flour sprinkles and hemp. Yes, the flour sprinkles and hemp. That is what the white chocolate bar looks like up close. Love this picture. Unfortunately, you can't see Meghan, just her shoulder and her hair. And then there seems to be a third person there, but yeah. Unfortunately, you cannot see our Duchess. Maybe if it was just at another interesting angle, you could probably see her. But yeah, there you go. That's our Duke and Duchess. And did you guys see this? Did you all see this? I love this moment. Very, very sweet. It reminds me of that time with Princess Diana and that kid that broke through the crowd to give her a big hug. Let's see if I can. Okay, here we go. Oh, isn't that sweet? He says, God bless you. And pretty dress, too. What a pretty dress. Oh, how sweet is that? And of course, he presents her with one of those papal coins. Why do I say corn? Coin. One of those papal coins. Yeah. And you know what else? The president and the vice president of the United States, they also gives out those commemorative coins. Yeah, little coin in a pouch, little gift. Now that is a moment that she is going to remember her whole life. How adorable. uh, the Pope, oh my goodness. Let me see. I want to make sure I get this right. Where did the Pope go in Africa? Okay. As of April 19th, Pope Leo the 16th? No, the 14th. Yeah, that's 14th. He is on a 10-day apostolic journey to 4 African nations to engage with the rapidly growing Catholic population. The tour began in Algeria, followed by Cameroon, and he has recently arrived in Angola for the third leg, with the final planned stop in Equatorial Guinea. Okay, so there you go. That's where he is. He's in Africa right now, and he has a 4-nation tour. Yeah, I like Pope Leo. I like Pope Leo. He's all right. Uh, oh, good. I am on the right microphone. You know what happens is if I find myself in need of turning off the computer to reset it, every app I have to log in again. And that is such a headache. I have to log back into the Facebook, the Twitter, YouTube. For some reason, I never have to log back into that one. But yeah, they make you log in again, which is a pain in the neck. But that's okay. Better to do that than to have a issue with the security, right? Right. Okay. All right. Thank you, your pontiff. A girl broke through heavy security to hug Pope Leo the 14th. It is 14th, right? The X is 10 and the IV, that's 5 minus 1. So that's 14. And if the I was on the other side, then it would be 16. Okay. So, Gemma and Meghan. It was a great afternoon. I think it was the afternoon. The crowd seemed very enthusiastic. And interestingly enough, they did not spend, well, actually, I won't say they because it was Meghan's gig. Meghan did not spend a lot of time there. You know, I pictured Meghan being there for the entirety of the retreat and participating in the yoga class and all that kind of stuff. And boy, was I wrong, which is okay. I mean, um, they had a huge schedule, and also the security would have been an issue if they had stuck around all those days. You know what I'm saying? It would probably have been very disruptive to the flow of things at the hotel. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, they were able to do a lot of things, and it's incredible that the Sussexes can travel, and as soon as they hit the ground, they're meeting people. That is incredible. One of the passengers that was on the same flight, she even remarked, "I've never seen anyone as what did she say about Harry? As energetic, I think it was, as energetic as Harry after a 16-hour flight." But apparently, Harry was, just full of juice at that point. She didn't see Meghan the entire flight. She didn't see Meghan, but she did see Harry. And in the first class section, there is usually an area where they leave like sandwiches and snacks and everything, depending on the airline. And it's like if you want a midnight snack, you can just go to that area and they have sandwiches, cookies, chips, coffee those kind of things just kind of sitting right out there. And it's also a place where you can stretch and talk to the flight crew or your fellow passengers or something like that. Um, but yeah, so it's kind of like the galley at the rear of the plane where you kind of have room to stretch and communicate. So I'm pretty sure that there were a couple of conversations like that where at least they probably spoke to Harry. But Meghan, I'm picturing she probably slept through most of it. But a 16-hour flight, that's like a double shift. If you've ever worked a double shift, that's like a double shift, but at least you're not working, you're just flying. Um, but yeah, they said that they were really nice, but most people only spoke to Harry. And so anyway, from what we hear, it was a great afternoon. Still not a lot of video out there. There's not a whole lot of it, but like in terms of like conversation and such, I don't think I've seen anything of the sort. But I do have a couple things to share with you, so stand by for that. Mm, do I or do I not? Okay, let me get to it then. So, as you can see, they had a very cordial meeting or discussion. Everyone said that Meghan was absolutely delightful. Um, she and Gemma got on very well. And then there's this. So here, this is Harry. If you were seated, Harry would be on the left side of the room. Okay, if you were seated facing the stage, Harry was on the left side. Marcus is also on the left side. Let me see. Simone Black says, I was strolling the TikTok streets and found out that Kate and Anne will be going to Australia also in the summer. She is bringing her children there. We expected this, right? I saw something like that, but I wasn't sure what they were talking about. I wasn't sure. So you're telling me Anne is going with Kate Middleton to Australia, which I don't understand that. Kate has staff, right? Why in the world does she need Anne to go with her? That is crazy. Why in the world would she need Anne to go with her? But apparently, that must be the case. Is that she needs Anne to be her wingman or woman? I don't get that. I will be surprised if Kate goes. I really will. Not that I don't believe you, but I'm just like, I'll believe it when I see it. I will believe it when I see it that Kate actually goes and does anything like a royal tour without William. I would be very surprised because she's only gone overseas one time without William, and that was only to Denmark, if you can call that overseas. It was only to Denmark. Um, but if that is the case, I am going to have such good material. Oh my goodness, I want to have so much fun. I cannot wait. Well, thank you for the super chat. I cannot wait. Oh, that's going to be a gift from heaven above. I am going to have so much good material. Heather Strauss says, I think Anne would be more popular. I should think so. I should think so. Uh, yeah, quite incoherent, not capable at all. So, Kate Manzi has started something. According to Kate Manzi, Prince Harry abruptly left after the um, the conversation was over. Now, mind you, this is a photo of Harry on the right side. You see that photo on the left? Well, to the right of the picture on the left, that dark figure, that is Prince Harry. I don't know who the other guy is. I don't think that's Marcus. I think Marcus is sitting on Harry's right side. It could be Marcus, but I don't think so. That doesn't quite look like his silhouette. But either way, yeah, if you look on the picture on the right, that is Marcus sitting to Harry's right side. Okay, so that's not Marcus in the picture on the left. That's only Prince Harry. Well, they're trying to say that Meghan wasn't even ready to leave. And then abruptly, Harry just, stands up and walks out. Like he just, abruptly had a thing. You know how they say, oh, I got a thing. I mean, if you take a look at the photo, you really cannot see Meghan in this photo, right? You cannot see her. You would think that Meghan is still on the stage, right? But if you look at that photo, very clearly you can see Meghan's legs, right? Harry is blocking her in that image. She said it was the most unusual thing. People were taking pictures of Meghan on the stage, and Harry sort of rushed out really quickly. He didn't wait for her to come off the stage, didn't collect her from the stage. It was really odd. I sat there and everyone kept going on about how handsome he was and how wonderful he was, but he just almost ran out. It was quite bizarre. Now, listen, you guys, Kate Manzi was not there. To the best of my knowledge, she is quoting someone who allegedly was there, right? Now, if you look at the bottom, it says these Karens in UK media lie so much like there are videos. I'm sorry, like there aren't. It should be there aren't videos and pictures. I'm sorry. Yeah. So there are videos and pictures. What if he doesn't help her from the stage? We've seen their heir leave his wife under the rain, so they'll still call it look of love. Not only in the rain, but even at the Jubilee concert, Jubilee prayer, whatever ceremony at St. Paul's Cathedral, William left Kate behind, causing Kate to have to run up behind him to catch up. Harry did not leave Meghan on the stage. He did not abruptly walk out. If you see where he's standing compared to where he was seated. Oh, wait, I got to go the other direction for that. You see where he was seated? That's him standing up on the left side of the picture on the left. You can see how he's kind of tilted over like he just pushed his chair in. That is Prince Harry. So he is there, but eventually he ends up over by the side of the stage behind that planter there. You see what I'm saying? But maybe you're not satisfied with that. Maybe that's not enough. Let me see. I am not sure why you like Kate Manzi about something that is easily verifiable. Prince Harry walked and collected Meghan from the stage. The Times, well, anyway, your journalists are printing lies so easily available. And then the other comment there, I see Kate Manzi with the with an invented quote. Everyone at the event literally saw Prince Harry walk Meghan up to the stage and off the stage when she was done. And I know you know this because et cetera, et cetera. Now, do we need more evidence? As they said, the video does not lie. Now, to be fair, the video that I have doesn't show the entire thing, but you can you'll see. You shall see. You shall see. Um. So as you can see, one more time, Harry stands up, he pushes his chair in, and he's walking around to the stage. Meghan catches Harry out the corner of her eye, and she's like, "Oh, here comes Has," and she's walking over to the side of the stage. So, because I don't know, whoever made this, that's where the video cuts, but just Harry walking past Sarah to Meghan. You can see that he walks past Sarah to get to Meghan. And those double doors that you see there, eventually he turns to walk out of the door after Meghan walks ahead of him. Now, I did see another video where Harry actually, do you guys remember at the oh gosh, what was that you remember when Harry and Meghan were wearing the black Armani suits and they were on the stage together, and Harry and Meghan are walking off the stage, and then they had to kind of go around and back in the other direction again, but on this time on the other side of the curtain. So they did a loop around. But someone wanted to shake hands with Harry, and Harry stopped, and Meghan went on without him. Now, the other video that I've seen, I believe the exact same thing happened. Now, you didn't actually see her leave, but whoever made this up was probably taking advantage of the fact that there are a few images out there of Harry seemingly by himself, like this one right here. But at this point, I'm going to say that photo, that was after walking Meghan to the stage because the double doors are shut. And then, of course, when they leave, then I believe Meghan had actually gone on without him because he ends up what? Shaking hands with someone else or whatever the exchange was. I saw that video. Do not have a copy of that one, but I saw that. But either way, as was stated, Harry walked her to the stage and walked her from the stage. There is no doubt about that. Also, wouldn't it be absolutely silly that Harry has been extending his hand time and time and time again throughout this entire trip? Why would he not do that the last day? Why would he abruptly just decide, you're on your own? Why would he do that the last day? Does that make any sense? I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever. Now, you'd be forgiven to believe that at this point, maybe Harry's exhausted. Or at this point, maybe Harry made the mistake of looking at some of the coverage of the trip. And in spite of all of the positive coverage, well, you know how it is. There has been some elements, especially GB News, they have been the worst. They have been the absolute worst. But Harry has his feelings. He has very deep feelings about a lot of things. And sometimes he's not always going to look like, his numbers just hit. He's not always going to look like he just got won a scratch off ticket. And that's okay. He's a very serious guy. But whatever the case may be, they want so much to believe that there is problems for the Sussexes. I even saw where this one deranger, out of all of the thousands of images out there, they found this one image of Meghan where she did not have this big grin on her face. And the caption read, "She hates him so much." Does she really? Does she really? Because of that one image. Surely you just, yeah, they're constantly looking for something. Meanwhile, amongst that parallel universe couple, there is literally thousands of images that says somebody's not happy. Both of them are not happy. And you know what? Maybe we are just a little bit guilty of enjoying that way too much, because I know I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing their pained faces only because they're such awful people, and I don't like the way that they treat Harry and Meghan. However, um, they're humans. I do not hate Will and Kate. I do not. I do not hate Charles and Godzilla. It is like therapeutic for me to have some fun at their expense. It is therapeutic. But I don't have hatred in my heart for any of those people. As a matter of fact, as Harry said about Camilla, hopefully, if she gets what she wants and marries Charles, hopefully she'll be a nicer person. Isn't that what he said? I was hoping that she'd just be a nicer person. But for everything that Charles is going through right now, I'm not one to judge, but there's a special place in hell for someone who allows a another person to brutalize their children with press releases and um, what do you call it? Those PR people. There's a special place in hell for anyone who allows that to happen to their own kids. So anyway, that's what was brewing, is that they were trying to come up with this crazy story about Harry abruptly just leaving out of the room. He just couldn't take it. He rose from his seat, and he stood up and let out some primal noise and just disappeared into the rest of the building. Not likely. Oh, and I found this. The white dress. The white dress. There was an event. I had to go on Facebook. That's where I found this other image was on Facebook. Otherwise, this was um, where she was headed to with that white dress. Says here Prince Harry was presented with a beautiful indigenous painting by Barbara Ware, one of Australia's greatest female indigenous artists. The painting, presented by Amar Singh, JP, uh, let's see, year of local hero, was titled My Country. Okay, so I guess it's a 2023 painting. Whatever the case may be, that is the painting. I rather like it. I rather like it. It kind of looks like a satellite view, but it looks like a river or something like that. But I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I could find a place for that in my home. But yeah, nice going. Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan pictured with the team at Scale Investors at the Nexus Australia event. Um, Scale Investors is Australia's first women led VC fund backing women led startups. Oh, okay. Oh, venture capitalists, right? I think VC means venture capitalists. Yes, 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 yes. I think that's what that means. Okay. Those are the people that buy Joanne's fabric and then put them out of business. I hope that that's not who these people are. uh, but okay. And let's see, every single one of her outfits were beautiful. However, the gray shift dress brought back memories for me. Okay. So those are the outfits, you guys. Looks like I'm counting 10 of them. Yeah, those were the outfits. Um, from left to right, which is your favorite? From left to right, you are allowed to pick three. I am going to say, let me see. I'm going to say number two. Um, number two, number four. No, two, five, and oh no, this is tough because I was gonna say, let me see, because I like the mama t-shirt outfit, and I like the one to the left of that, the kind of army color. But then again, I like what she wore with Gemma. So let's see. So number one, two, and five. Okay. Good answer. Good answer. And Francia Mosley has number three, four, and eight. Nice. And we got a two, five, and six. Oh, I really like six. I really like six. Six looks very fresh. And then Vivian Green says number 2, number 5, and number 6. Okay, got Felton LaShawn and Vivian Green likes the exact same outfits. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Baron, can I get a birthday shout out, please? And thank you. Yes, indeed, Raven. Happy birthday and many happy returns of the day. Yes, we're going to have to do a little salsa for you. Happy birthday to you. Yes. Okay, let's do it. And 6, 7, 8. All right, Raven. Happy birthday. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. So, let me take that away. Huge enthusiastic crowds for Harry and Meghan in Australia. The what is that? Belly the belie. I'm sorry, belie belly. Belie the media narrative. Huh. Okay. Let me see. After weeks of media narratives claiming Australia didn't want them, reality has slapped that hate click media in the face again. It just smacked them in the face again. Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan just completed a Diana-esque tour of Australia. And not because it was glamorous, although it was, but because they connected with people in authentic ways, sharing their own vulnerabilities and spreading hope. The Daily believes, and by the way, this is not the Daily Mail, it's just called The Daily, believes that a free and independent press is vital to democracy. Please support our work by becoming a subscriber. Yeah, so that is something called The Daily. Anyway, well, The Daily called it just right. Harry and Meghan have just wrapped up their whirlwind visit to Melbourne, Australia, flying out after a final day with fans from an unannounced Yarra walk to a summit focusing on mental health. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex drew crowds at every turn. Australia's Channel 7, Paul Dowsley. That was his report. You guys remember the guy with the shaved head? That was the one that she's quoting right there. Anyway, it's a very flattering article, which is the only kind I like. I'm going to give you the link for it there. in case you want to check it out on your own. And I haven't seen their other work, but they are asking for people to sign up, which, as you know, doesn't cost you anything. And through the ad revenue, that's how they are paid. Although, in some instances, they do also ask for donations for financial support or subscriptions, but at the very least, you can sign up for their newsletters. And I like to do that with news organizations that are being very fair with the Sussexes. I feel like that's the least I could do, the very least. So, anyway, that's the information. Let your conscience be your guide. Now, that article did have a few images to share, like this one. Wild about Harry, and he is wild about me. Oh, I'm just wild about Harry, and he's just wild about me. He's as sweet as chocolate candy, and sweet as honey from a bee. Yes, I'm just wild about Harry. Yes, I'm just wild about. Can I do without? Anyway, it's one of those old songs. Um, but yeah, so wild about Harry. Anybody named Harry at some point, someone is going to use that title. Also, these are the other images that they shared. Looks like they quoted I Am Sage there. Yes, yes. And then take a look there, the occasional front page. Harry and Meghan Australia tour shows what the royal family is missing. And they are missing something. They're missing that star quality. Okay. Oh, did I go too fast? Yes. Crowd turnout for Harry and Meghan first Australian appearance. Well, or second, depending on how you want to look at it. Anyway, thank you, The Daily. So, yeah, this is pretty cool. And by the way, don't forget that Queen Mary of Denmark was in that same hospital visiting about a month ago. And I could not say that they had a big crowd because they didn't. It was adequate, but no. The crowd was much bigger for Harry and Meghan. I'm just saying, which is something to consider, that the Danish queen is actually a native born Australian. Very interesting indeed. What does that tell you? That means that Harry and Meghan are universal. And this is at the place where Meghan spoke about being the most trolled person, man or woman. See there? Words cannot express how grateful I am of this opportunity to talk to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex about mental health. The Duchess is someone I will always aspire to be like, with her resilience and her passion. I wish to be even a fraction of a woman she is, Reagan Smith. That is very, very complimentary, very nice. Yep, very sweet. Oh, got a little soundbite for you. Yes, I do. I got a soundbite for you. You guys, we may be out of here in about an hour, I think. Well, maybe about another 20 minutes. We'll see. Because I can't remember what I got next, but huh. Let's get this queued up.
Meghan are in Australia talking about one of their pet issues, which is online safety and the dangers of trolling. Meghan repeated her claim that at least at one point she was the most trolled person in the world. And that will obviously be fodder for the tabloid media, but it's actually a serious issue. And here's why. There's no question that while living here in the UK, Meghan faced genuine threats, including from the far right. That's according to the former head of counter-terrorism policing in England, who said in 2022 that the police had investigated those threats and people had been prosecuted. Then the following year, 6 former British police officers were convicted for sending racist messages on WhatsApp, including about Meghan. And there were also headlines in the British media that were interpreted by some as blatantly racist. Now, Harry and Meghan are controversial for all sorts of reasons, but it is worth reminding ourselves of some of the facts surrounding their time as so-called working royals here in the UK. Harry and Meghan are in Australia talking about one of their pet issues, which is online.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. Now, see, that is a very fair update. Very fair. It didn't get so personal. It didn't ask a million and one questions about why are they here. You didn't hear any mention of profit being a motive and all that kind of stuff. It just is so unnecessary. You only do that if you are trying to damage a person's what do you call it? Public relations. Yeah, you only do that if you are trying to humiliate, belittle. Otherwise, there's no logical point for it. But the Sussexes have been hammered with these comments for a week straight, but most of it was coming from Britain. You did not hear a lot of it from Australia at all. Even some of the morning shows, I was quite surprised how it appeared as though they were really reading the room. It was like they understood um, that commentary is not wanted, nor is it even needed. I am so impressed. Super, super impressed. So I cannot stress this enough. I know that it can be very stressful thinking that there are just these masses of people that have it in for the Sussexes. That is not true. There may be a very vocal minority of people, but for the most part, there are people who understand that they don't understand, that they don't know what happened behind closed doors. And it's people who have not forgotten. They haven't forgotten at all how the rest of the family is. There are people who have been asking the question even before the Sussexes got there, well, how come they're not talking about Andrew? What about Andrew? What about all of the Epstein stuff? What does that got to do with any of that? How come they're not talking about that? So I guess I'm saying sometimes you just have to trust that there will be a greater sense of fair play, even when it seems impossible. But I think that the people of Australia have spoken. Okay, not the tabloid media and not the hardcore right winger monarchists that got it in for them for whatever reason. But the people, the real people, like the people at the Bondi Beach, the people who just happen to be walking through um, that whatever that place is with the trees, they just happen to be there. Those people, real people, not those operatives, not those people um, that have the hate accounts. I looked at a BBC thing and it was just dreadful. The BBC. And this was maybe the day they arrived. I mean, the BBC made it appear as though they found random people on the street. And I think it was the UK, but they found random people on the street that had the nastiest things to say. But they don't represent the majority. So just please try to remember that when it seems like everything is anti-Sussex. It's just not the case. And if you give in to that belief, then you are letting the evildoers win. Most people are basically good people. Just like I see the headlines in the Middle East, or the headlines referring to the Middle East, I will admit myself that I have been indoctrinated with all of these images of who and what Arab people are and what Muslim people are, and but I live in a melting pot of a city. It might be segregated more so than most big cities, but I've worked with people from everywhere, from Pakistan, Vietnam, you name it. I've worked with people from everywhere. And the people that I work with do not resemble these so-called terrorists that I see on TV. They just do not resemble them at all. We have a Christmas party at work. Guess what? They were just as big a part of it as anybody. So, hey, Legs. Legs, I have not seen Hazel Jones for a minute. I hope she's okay. Let's see. And here's a couple more images of Harry abruptly leaving without helping Meghan, according to Kate Manzi. He just could not be bothered, even though this was just the day before, or was it the day of the other thing where he just could not be bothered. He just could not help his wife, as though he was taking a page out of the what is it now? The Wells's book. Now, the Royal the Royal Commentariat, if I'm saying it right, has gone mad over Harry and Meghan's Australia visit. Robert Jobson is unhinged. I have never seen him like this before, ever. That who does he think he is? I mean, his voice it was like his esophagus closed up. Well, then again, that's why he has the CPAP. But that high-pitched tone that squeezed out of his little fat neck, I couldn't believe it. He was so triggered. As Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex moved through Australia, meeting veterans and speaking to young people, visiting Bondi, drawing crowds in Sydney, and generating the kind of easy public interest the monarchy likes to pretend belongs to it alone. Britain's Royal Commentariat began to wobble. Robert Jobson, his media rants were the clearest example He complained the Sussexes were muddying the waters for the working royals. He worried aloud about titles and fumed about security costs. Jobson even started talking as though a private visit to Australia was somehow destabilizing the crown itself. That private visit was going to destabilize the crown. How so? That is when the mask slipped for those who have not been paying attention, because this was never really about one trip. It was about a class of commentators who have spent 6 years recycling the same anti Sussex script and are now furious that it's no longer landing with the same force. Harry and Meghan aren't meant to be over. They are meant to be embarrassing. They are meant to be desperate, unwanted, commercially vulgar, and publicly diminished. Instead, they went to Australia and once again reminded everyone that they still generate attention without palace approval, taxpayer funding, or institutional choreography, or geography rather, not choreography. That is what sent the British commentariat into another crash out. You guys, Robert Jobson was unhinged. Unhinged. I've never seen him as furious as that. And really, I mean, it's almost cliche to say, I don't understand, but really, don't. I don't understand why the fuss. I don't get it. It only makes them look desperate. And it did not lay a glove, as they say in boxing. They were unable to lay a glove on the Sussexes. So I thought he was going to blow his pyloric valve. I really did. I thought his pyloric valve was going to explode right there on that ridiculous show. You know what? I kind of want to. Let me see. I kind of want to share that with you all. The whole unhinged moment that he had. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, that's an old one right there. He says they're 40-year-olds. They're not young royals. Well, you know what? Okay, I'm going to concede this much. Yes, Harry and Meghan are not kids. I'm going to say they're not kids. But in comparison to, some people, they just seem much younger. They're not juveniles, but their energy is so different. That's why people take them to be kids. And I don't mean as in high school, but just they seem more like just turned 30 somethings. They don't seem like they're anywhere north of 40. They just don't seem that way. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's from a year ago. Okay, that's not the right one. Okay, you guys, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for Robert Jobson, Unhinged. I am looking for Robert Jobson, Unhinged. Okay, I got it. I got it. Let me see. Kavan Slim says, did we ever revisit the Amanda Platel article? Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember. Um, I I thought I did. Although I do remember saying something about coming back to it. I just don't remember if I've ever came back to it. But I tell you what, I will try to make a mental note to have that prepared tomorrow. Because I really like to unload on Amanda Platel. I like to get everything I have and put it on my slides just to make sure we don't miss anything. But yeah, I'm always like, putting a bee in her bonnet. So I'm pretty sure that we did, but I will do it again. You know me. I love it. Thank you for the super chat. Lex says Harry and Meghan has made the British media redundant, obsolete too. Cheers to that. I agree. And the thing about it is, it does seem as though Robert Jobson is more concerned about job security than anything else. It seems as though he has job security on his mind. The Duke and Duchess. Yeah, it seems like he has job security on his mind. Yeah, I did not watch the Robert Jobson thing, but I keep seeing bits and pieces of it. And I guess I'm going to discover it with you guys. Um, so give me just a second. Oh, I know how to get it. Oh no, not you. Not you, girl. I don't like you. Let me make sure I take that off of my viewing history.
Centre and get involved. About the function of the royal family, it's to basically these trips to.
And you can't, and that's why they were out. Now they said they were leaving because they wanted privacy. They don't want privacy. The reality is they're clashing now in a country which is the debate is still open, very much so, on whether the future of the monarchy.
Let me go back because I don't want to miss any of this. I don't want to miss any of it.
That I've had this week, because in recent shows, in recent weeks, I've been suggesting or under the misconception that Harry and Meghan's trip down under is a faux royal trip, that it's somehow crafted to persuade the UK and persuade the royal family and show them, look what you were missing. We can actually go and succeed.
I got a big grin on my face. You know that, don't you?
But it's not. This is purely a money-making exercise, is it not? They're charging money for all these events. Meghan has now tied up with an AI company in which she is marketing her clothes. I mean, I apologise for thinking it was a faux royal trip. It's not. It's a business trip.
Would you agree with that, Robert? I mean, it's pretty craven, isn't it? I mean, bolster those relations. No other way. Shelters with your 25.
As you're saying there, we have, a classic kind of royal tour settings, haven't we? Where they go into a hospital, they're meeting children, they go into a veteran centre and get involved with pottery. But there's side hustles going on. She's marketing as ever. She wants to launch as ever at some stage into Australia. And we just learned that she...
Listen, Robert Jobson is trying not to say anything. And I think this is why it got so bad, because that dim-witted girl asked him, "What do you think, Robert?" And then he didn't say anything.
Also made an appearance on MasterChef, which obviously is going to
monetize the royal family. And you can't. And that's why they were out. Now, they said they were leaving because they wanted privacy. They don't want privacy. The reality is they're clashing now in a country which is, the debate is still open, very much so, on whether the future of the monarchy. The monarchy is a constitutional monarchy, parliamentary democracy. This matters because it really does matter, because the king is the king of Australia, and his brother, who's fallen out with, is the heir to the throne of Australia as it stands. And it's probably around about 45, 55, it's more 50-50. And I was on a show on the BBC this morning, which showed the nonsense the BBC come out with when they said, "Oh, our listeners say that it's not costing the taxpayer any money." I said, "Well, it is costing the taxpayer money." Well, it's not costing the British taxpayer. I said, "Well, the Australian taxpayer is paying, and he's the king of Australia, so it's having an impact upon the taxpayer in a sovereign nation, in a nation which is a Commonwealth realm and one of the most important." And the point of it is they don't get it. And if you're telling me that the PR team on a private visit, I think there's 17 people,
Yeah.
but they were met at the airport with the police, because the New South Wales Premier, he's not going to allow anything to happen on his watch. He's going to bring in all the
And
cops.
they knew that.
They knew that, and it's such a load of old nonsense. And as for the stuff about royal tour, it's not a royal tour. Look, they were organising a rota for the press.
Yes.
I mean, they've got embargoes. They're trying to embargo the Australian press. 2 American grifters embargoing the Australian press in their country. Who do they think they are?
Exactly. And this is trashing, as you said, what the late Queen.
Oh, girl, shut up. I'm not trying to hear from you. I only wanted to hear Robert Jobson. And the late Queen. Girl, I'm not trying to hear from you. I just want to hear from Robert No Neck Jobson. I want to hear him strangling on his words. I want to see his chest heave up and down as he suffocates internally trying to get the words out. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear what you got to say. Anyway, exactly. Girls, please go somewhere. I ain't trying to hear what you got to say. I'm here for Robert Jobson. Sweating, panting, wheezing, Robert. Thank you, Lex. Jobson. That's who I'm here for. Huffing, puffing, trying to get the rest of his behind in the chair, Robert Jobson. I want to hear from her. Exactly. The late Queen. Exactly. The late Queen. The Queen, she said, the Queen is dead. Okay? The Queen is down there in the storm cellar at the St. George Chapel, stacked up on those little metal racks. Like a pair of Jordans. She's in a box on the shelf, sitting there on the metal racks. The Queen ain't got nothing else to say. The Queen has said everything that she has to say. Ooh, she's irritating. I mean, she's good for being shady, but it's not like she knows a whole lot. She probably went to school with that other guy. That's probably what that is.
Did
Well,
not.
she saw it tomorrow. She's for the press. I mean, they've got embargoes. They're trying to embargo the Australian press. 2 American grifters embargoing the Australian press in their country. Who do they think?
Do you hear him? Did you hear that? In their country, who do they think they are? Did you hear him? He could barely breathe. Poor thing. In their country. That man should be at home on a CPAP. Not in there having some big confrontation. Who do they think they are? Who do they think? A couple of American grifters. Did he just call Harry and Meghan grifters? He who eats at the king's table and the queen's table and the head butler's table and just about any place else where they leave food set out. He's accusing people of grifting. Mr. Will work for food. You got to be kidding me. Being a royal, and then he had the nerves when someone said, called him a royal columnist or whatever. He said, I'm not a columnist, I'm a biographer, or something like that. He said, if you don't take several seats, only because you need several, but if you don't take several seats, he had the nerves to get upset because somebody called him a royal columnist or whatever. Whatever it is, it's not real work. It's not real work. You write a little script, you submit it to the courtiers, they go through and pick out things that may be embarrassing to the rest of the family, and then they send the book back with their approval, and then that's when the book goes into print. It's not like he's challenging anyone. I wish he would challenge William the way he's sitting up here challenging Harry and Meghan. I wish he challenged Kate the way he's challenging Harry and Meghan. Do that first. And then here she coming. Exactly. You got to be kidding me. Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. And this is trashing, as you said, what the late Queen did
Well,
not.
she saw it tomorrow. She saw it. What was going to happen? And both her and Charles said, "No, you can't do it."
Is this not what they're doing though? They are having their half in, half out.
Of course they are.
In Australia.
Yes, and really this is the problem. And I think what Samara hit on the head there, the problem we've got is that this is impacting on the king. The king is not very well. And by the way, at a time when they've just announced he's going to Washington on one of the most difficult soft power diplomacy missions he's going to do in his reign. And who's on the front page of the Times? Harry and Meghan.
Yeah, it's a really good point. And, you know, this was a long time coming.
Oh, girl. Yeah, and this is a long time coming. I keep telling her I'm not trying to hear from her. What part of I'm not trying to hear from you don't you understand?
Hey, girl, sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Exactly. I hear.
Harry and Meghan this trip in some way. Obviously, we look back.
I was there. I remember it.
Yeah.
And I went there out there when Harry went there on the pre-Invictus run. And there was genuine interest in him because he was a prince of the realm. He was a prince of Australia. That's what he is at the moment. He's a Prince of Australia, but he's not anymore because he's a non-working Prince.
But the quote there, the quote there is Meghan said when she was in Australia, "I can't believe we're not getting paid."
Outrageous.
She was representing UK. She was representing the Queen, the royal family.
Yes, this whole thing about Meghan said, "I can't believe we're not getting paid for this." When and where does that come from? Where does that come from? I can't believe we're not getting paid from this. Does anybody know where that comes from? Is there any videos out there? Is there some kind of proof that that Meghan said that? Because I don't remember seeing it anywhere. I don't remember seeing it anywhere. So there's a few of those things where you'll, as a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you this too. How come they haven't used that for years? I've heard them say that before. And then you never hear it. And now all of a sudden, because they're in Australia, it comes up again. As a matter of fact, I'm going to probably say, I'm going to say that they probably are doing that because they were hoping that the people in Australia would come out and heckle them, or, that they would take to the social media or something like that. That's what I think. I think they were trying to get a rise out of people to go on this anti-Sussex rant while they were there, because they really were hoping that they would have some kind of negative encounter. That's what they were hoping for. Look at Robert Jobson, not really sitting in the chair, but just up against it. Look how he up against the chair. Oh, if y'all want to see who that crazy girl is, the one who won't stop talking, let me show you. Exactly. Exactly. There she go, with her mouth open, of course. I don't know if there's too many pictures out there where she ain't got a. Oh, I was about to cuss. Anyway. Exactly. Oh, is that where that came from? Tom Bowers? Oh, well, you know what? That says everything I need to hear. That says everything I need to hear. And because the press is so desperate, they decided that they need to quote Tom Bowers. Thank you for that. Who do they think they are? Who do they think they are? Oh, girl, I done told you already to shut up. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm playing it someplace else. You all probably can't hear. I'm sorry. I'm playing it someplace else. I just realized you guys cannot hear it. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah. I think if I play it out of my computer, that you guys can't hear it. That's why I have to play it out of my phone. Oh, Lord. Okay. Exactly.
Family in Australia, and she said, I can't believe we're not getting paid for this. The thing is, she is getting paid for this now.
I think there's 17 people.
Yeah.
But they were met at the airport with the police, because the New South Wales Premier, he's not going to allow anything to happen on his watch. He's going to bring in all the
And they
cops.
knew that.
They knew that, and it's such a load of old nonsense. And as for this stuff about royal tour, it's not a royal tour. Look, they were organising a rota for the press.
Yes.
I mean, they've got embargoes. They're trying to embargo the Australian press. 2 American grifters embargoing the Australian press in their country. Who do they think they are?
They come and go. They come fast, they come slow. They go like.
Anyway, exactly. Okay. I'm all over the place. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Let me see.
It's a business trip. Discovery Plus.
The thing that they feel is undermining the monarchy's position in Australia. The chairman of the Anti-Monarchist League will write to the King to say, get rid of their titles.
Right.
So it's on both sides. And you've got to remember, the Australian people, they don't have to sort of pussyfoot around with what they say, because ultimately the King is the King of Australia. And if they're not, these two do things that they don't like, and they're going to write directly to the boss.
The fact that they're doing this tour, I was chatting to one of my colleagues, one of my friends earlier. You can only do that if you are Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, if you are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. You can't do that if you're Khloe Kardashian. You can't do that if you're David Beckham. You can't hold all these things. The only reason they're actually doing all this is because they are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Yeah, and Diana did it a little bit after she split up.
You know what? That's a lie. That is a lie. There are some of us that remember Oprah Winfrey in Australia. And let me tell you something. The reception that Oprah received was bigger than Queen Elizabeth at the time. Oprah walked across the bridge. You know how they let you walk up on top of the bridge. She had a big rally at the Opera House. And it all started because Oprah was very popular in Australia during the, 25 years of the Oprah Winfrey Show. And so after people kept asking her to come down there, I believe there was someone who wanted to see her and they couldn't because they were pregnant at the time or something like that. Anyway, so Oprah took the entire audience to Australia. Huge, huge event. John Travolta, who is a licensed pilot, a commercial grade pilot, came on the Oprah Winfrey Show to help introduce the whole thing to the audience. So about 300 people in the Oprah Winfrey Show flew to Australia. Oprah flew to Australia. They even had fireworks for Oprah. They had the big letter O on the bridge. They had the Oprah Winfrey letter O on the bridge in Australia. That's how big it was. So no, you don't have to be Harry and Meghan to be well received in Australia or any place else for that matter. Let's see. Oh, okay. I got a picture of it right here. I'm going to show you the picture of it. They celebrated with fireworks because Oprah Winfrey came. And I don't remember anybody making a big fuss about who was paying for what. There was no mention of it. None. The people of Australia rolled out the carpet for Oprah Winfrey, rolled out the carpet for her. Okay. I will show you. I will show you. There it is right there. As I said, they rolled out the carpet, and there is the letter O right there in the center of the bridge. Okay? You could only be Meghan and Harry, and then of course, and that's why I said I'm not trying to listen to that girl because she don't know what she's talking about. She don't know what she's talking about.
Charles, and then we had those sort of tours where it was like we went to, I can't remember.
You can only do that if you are Prince Harry.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was that guy that said it. I'm sorry.
And Meghan Markle, if you are the Duke and Duchess. The fact that they're doing this tour, I was chatting to one of my colleagues, my friends earlier. You can only do that if you are Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. If you are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, you can't do that if you're Khloe Kardashian. You can't do that if you're David Beckham. You can't hold all these things. The only reason they're actually doing all this is because they are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Yeah, and Diana did it a little bit after she split up with Charles, and then we had those sort of tours where it was like we went to, I can't remember, Angola, and then we went somewhere
else. Was Diana trying to sell her jams out of a cup?
Girl, I told you to shut up. Didn't I tell you to shut up? Look, I am sick of you. I am sick of you. Do you hear me? Sick. I'm so sick of you. Now shut up and let the adults talk. God, what do you have to do? What do you have to do to get rid of her? Damn. She just keep talking. And she won't shut up. God. Such a pest. An absolute pest. Exactly. Exactly. Because girl, I'm telling you, you got one more time. You got one more time. And I am going to freestyle. I promise you. I am going to freestyle. Ooh, she's a pain in the neck. Exactly. Because you see, I wonder why I cannot get that picture to come up. Oh, anyway, let me do this. I'll show you. Because this is not working out. But I'll do it another way. How about that? See what I mean? There's Oprah at the Opera House. Right there at the Harbor Bridge. Everything. Now you can't do that if you're Kim Kardashian. No, Kim Kardashian is not important enough. She's rich, but she's not important enough. But if you're Oprah, you can do it. Fireworks by night, big rally during the day, whatever. If you guys, I know Oprah usually doesn't leave a lot of stuff like that on the internet, but if you can find any bit of that on the internet somewhere, check it out. And don't listen to her, and don't listen to that guy on the right side either, because he's working my nerves too. You can't do that if you're Kim Kardashian. Who's talking about Kim Kardashian? You're the only one thinking about Kim Kardashian. Anyway, you guys, here are some pictures from the event. There's our Duchess in the middle. And then here. Oh, and check this out. How fun is this? There's President Obama and what's his name? Zoran, the mayor of New York. They were having like a little sing along. They were singing the Wheels on the Bus. Yeah, they were singing the Wheels on the Bus. Okay. Well, aside from that, you guys, I am pretty much done. If it wasn't for Robert Jobson, I probably would have finished in like an hour, but who do they think they are? Oh boy, that is something else though. That really is. That was really something else. Again, if you guys just joined us, Kate Manzi is telling this big fib, a lie, about Harry abruptly leaving before Meghan left the stage. Apparently, they are of the opinion that Harry did not want to stick around, that he quickly left, and that caused a lot of confusion amongst the people at the event, when that certainly did not happen. Let's see. I love that pic of Oprah on the Sydney Bridge. She's thinking, look at this. My God, today. Oh, yeah. When they walked across the bridge, are you talking about that? Because they had the safety lines and everything, and she walked across the bridge. I remember that. I love that that visit. I really love that. And it just goes to show that for anyone who's had people doubt them because of their weight or their complexion or their religion or where they were born or something like that, Oprah has done so many extraordinary things. And like anybody else, I have my good feelings about her, and I have some that are just kind of like, but by and large, she has done so many great things with her life. And like most people, I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to be remembered for her worst day. She'd rather be remembered for her best day. So I think that's a lesson that we could actually, that is grace that we should extend to most people, is to try to remember them on their best day and not their worst day. Okay, squaddies. Any more comments? I'm just going to stick around and look at a couple of comments here. He wouldn't be able to keep up, huh? Yeah, it would be fun to watch him faint on television, though, just to see him, you know, trying to wheeze and sweat and talk and everything. But I mean, I don't want him to get hurt or anything, but I hope he doesn't do that. I hope he doesn't take a dive like what's his name, Eamon Holmes. I don't want him to take a dive on live television. Standing on the ship looking at the bridge, and the climbers looks like ants. Oh, I bet. I bet. But that's nice that they let people actually do that, walk across the bridge. That is really, really cool. Okay. Let's see. Also, I think these royal reporters have also been getting yelled at by incandescent with rage William, Charles, and Camilla. Oh, you mean the ones that were at the event? Yeah, I mean, I could not imagine any event with Kim Kardashian where she would draw a crowd. Now, if David Beckham was still playing football, of course, he would be able to draw a crowd. I don't know if he would ever get a big crowd like that, but, still. Now, Michael Jackson used to have people waiting outside of his hotel, like, a big crowd of people because they know he's at that hotel. I could not imagine a crowd of people waiting outside because of Kim Kardashian, or quite a few other people for that matter. But yeah, Oprah was Oprah was kind of like it was an event. If Oprah had promoted some type of outing or some type of trip or something like that, then it became an event. It would take on a life of its own. I love the story about Oprah and Gail. They were traveling somewhere, and I forgot what it was for, but anyway, when they knew, actually, it was not a big event, but it was a small town, and they heard that Oprah was coming. And I think maybe she was going to interview someone or whatever it was, but they had got wind that Oprah was coming. And next thing you know, there's like all these people, there's a marching band, there's all these banners and everything up. And Gayle King was like, wow, look at that. I wonder who's here. And Oprah said, "Me, fool." Oh, I love that story. I love that story. Oh, look at all those people. I wonder who's here. Me, fool. Anyway, the definition of celebrity has changed a bit compared to the 1980s when Oprah's show was the biggest thing on television, or the 90s or the early 2000s. But that's the way it was. Oh, is that who that woman is? Is that who the pest? Is that her name? I've never known her name. Uh, oh, that is her name, isn't it? Oh no, I think that's a different person. Yeah, I think that's a different person. And what's his name? Is it JJ or AJ Abba Solo Abba something? Um, the black guy that spent the night camped out with Sharon Osbourne for the coronation. You know who I'm speaking about? Abasolo, whatever his name is. He said that he said, "Oh, she's lost me there." He said, "How could Meghan say she is the most bullied person in the last 10 years while she's living in a mansion? She's lost me there." And I'm just like, what does that have to do with anything? What does it have to do with anything where she lives? People are making a fortune harassing, bad mouthing, conspiring, lying, you name it, they're doing it. Those people are making a fortune from Meghan's name. It does not matter what your income level is. It does not matter where you live. There are people in jail serving time because of the threats that they've made against the Sussexes, mostly Meghan. So where that's concerned, what difference does it make what your bank account looks like? There is no rule about who is being harassed and who is not being harassed, or the level of harassment. It does not mean anything that you live in a mansion. That doesn't take away the pain. That's not going to bring back the unborn child. And I am really hurt by that. I'm really hurt by that he said that. She lost me there. Oh, she went to Australia. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. So if you live in a mansion, you can't be bullied. Exactly. And then you can never underestimate the level of threats that comes from that type of bullying. Now, the president of the United States referred to Marjorie Taylor Greene as a traitor. Not only was Marjorie Taylor Greene threatened, but they made what appeared to be a very credible threat against one of her children. So much so that she actually has been, I think they said, I believe that they said that she called the Orange Menace begging him to take that back. One of the reasons why people do not speak out against Donald Trump is because on his word, you or someone that you love can get hurt. You or someone that you love can get hurt. When he speaks out against people, there are people who literally will get in their pickup truck and drive all night. I will let you fill in the blank, okay? I'll let you fill in the rest of that story. I'm not saying that people have done it. I'm saying they are willing to do it. In 2016, or was it 2020? I think it was 2020. One of Biden's campaign buses was nearly run off the road. They were trying to push the vehicle off the road. It's a very serious thing. It's a very serious thing. And so when I see Harry looking like this or like this, what I'm wondering is, has someone made any threats today? And I'm sure that a lot of those people in the press know very well the level of threats that have been made against them. And even though it would be very difficult to prove that this person's words or that person's words has aggravated some type of threat to someone, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to assume that that has happened at some point. So it's a very serious thing. It is very serious. And I do believe that when they were asking all these questions about Harry's green card, they did not care whether or not that led to some type of confrontation. And any confrontation could involve whoever is in the vehicle with you. But they do not care about that. They will keep speaking. They will keep accusing you of what do you call it? Abusing Queen Elizabeth. They will make that accusation that there was elder abuse. They will make the accusation that they are grifting and stealing and all that kind of stuff, or that they were recording conversations with other people in the family. They will keep saying those things because they can get away with it. But I don't remember seeing anyone in Australia patting them down, looking for a microphone and all that kind of nonsense. But that's what they want to follow the Sussexes wherever they go, that they are up to something, that they are stealing, that they're grifting, that they are getting by with their titles. Because now we're back to they're using their titles, they're exploiting their titles. Now we're back to that again. This was very traumatizing for the press, very traumatizing, to the point that some of them have become unhinged. I guess they don't like to lose. But it's a very serious thing as far as I'm concerned. Oh, let's see. Huh. All right. Oh, it looks like is that Russell? What is his name? Russell, what's his name? Has Oprah out on the yacht in the harbor. That was 2010 when they went to it was the 25th season. Wow. And it looks like she went back in 2015. Well, you guys, I am done. I see there's still 500 people in here. Let me see if I can find a picture of Oprah Winfrey on the bridge. Oprah Winfrey on the Harbor Bridge. Is that what they call it? Harbor Bridge? Oh, I see a picture of her. Wow, that was really nice, though. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a picture of her up on the bridge. I still remember when Oprah ran that marathon. That was impressive. Okay, here. Okay, it's coming up. I think. Let's see. There you go. Oprah Winfrey up on the bridge. And that was back in 2010. Wow. I see a big group shot. It was a bunch of them up there. Well, what do you know? I bet that was fun. Could you imagine that? You go to the Oprah Winfrey show, and then you find out that you're going to that you're taking a trip to Australia. Oh, you're quite welcome. Thank you for joining us. Okay, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Oh, what's that? Oh, thank you very much for saying that. Oprah is in Australia a little while ago. I'm sorry, it was in Australia a little while ago, doing morning runs and talking to everyone. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think she rather fancies Australia. Oprah has that. She has a jet. I think it's the. Oh gosh, what is that jet she has? Anyway, it's a long range jet, and it's the kind that it's not the biggest one, but it is perfect for someone who's traveling a long distance. I think it's the Gulfstream 650. God, what it must be like to have a private jet. Oh no, she's got the G700. Yes, the Gulfstream G700. She bought her first private jet back in 1991 to avoid public airport delays and unwanted interaction after a rude encounter that is, considering it her greatest luxury. I just bet she does. I would consider that my greatest luxury too. Wowee. Oh, you're quite welcome. I think one of these days I'm going to like clean and talk at the same time. I got to get one of those lapel pins. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get one of those lapel pins And I'm going to do Royal Sussex and talk at the same time. Let's see. The cruise ships go underneath. Our ship had to have a funnel shortened. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, cheers, everyone. Love you guys. I will be seeing you later today or tomorrow. Oh, for speaking tour. Okay. Well, she must still be very popular in Australia. I had no idea. I've only known of her going there that one time, but because of the reception she had, it does not surprise me that she's been back again and again. Plus, she's like close friends with Hugh Jackman and is it Russell Crowe? He's from Australia, right? And yeah, so that doesn't surprise me because she's got friends all over. I want to be Oprah's friend. I want to be her friend. Yep. If she needs me to carry her coat or whatever, if she needs me to drive her somewhere, I will do it because we're friends. If I was Oprah's friend, I would just show up at her house and just never leave. I would never leave. She'd have to have security get me out of there. I couldn't leave on my own. I wouldn't have the courage. I'd be like, Oprah, I cannot walk out that door. Now, if you want to have me arrested, fine, but I cannot leave. Good night, Poliver girl. Or good morning. Good night, Heather Stroud. What's that? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's an event when Beyonce goes somewhere. That's for sure. Anytime they hear Beyonce is in town. And there's a few other people. I mean, it's just like they may as well be heads of state. They have the same level of security. They travel the same way. Okay, cheers, you guys. I will see you next time.